Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Snakes on the Plane. Today we're pulling another joint project. This is a pied that was bred to a clown, so everything that hatches will look like normals, but they will be double het clown pied. Of course, with the end goal of getting clown pieds. And so that will be a while in the future here. Oh yeah, looks like she's all done. Came down earlier, she wasn't quite done yet. This is looking great. Again, this is just a pied, bred to a clown. Never be afraid to make your own hets. I know with projects really exploding like they are recently, a lot of people seem to just be buying. That's great too, but if you have good stock, like a good pied and a good clown, don't be afraid to make your own hets, guys, because that quality is going to shine through, and your pride and your passion for that project is going to shine through. So this comes from this very, very pretty girl here, and then also a very nice reduced and also very orange clown male. So we're gonna pull these eggs from her. I'm gonna move her over into my usual egg pulling station, which is basically just over by my washer and dryer, so I can put the eggs on there and get them into their box, candle them off camera like I always do, and then they'll be hatching in 60 days, folks. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so she's already kind of loosened up. You can tell she's done this before. She knows the drill. So I'm gonna go over here and grab the egg box, which is just fresh and made up for her. She's looking a little bit upsetty, but that's normal. Not too bad at all. So I got the egg box right there. Alright. Then I like to just come from behind. Doesn't stress them out as much. Nice and unwrap. And then just check the belly. Make sure that there's no eggs in there. You can see that there's not. She's nice and empty, and honestly, pretty good body condition for just laying 2, 4, 6 eggs. Perfect. Anything that gives me 6 eggs, I'm going to be real happy about, because I believe that that's the average. A lot of people say how they lay is how they stay, meaning that how the eggs are laid is how they should stay in the egg box. However, I still just like to check and double check just to make sure that the embryo is on top. I know I say this in a lot of my videos, but the embryo doesn't adhere to the top of the egg until a couple or several hours actually have passed. So if the embryo does adhere to the top of the egg and then the egg is upside down or crooked to a point, it can actually cause that embryo to suffocate underneath the weight of the egg. So important that it's not going to happen that way. But yeah, we're just kind of gently pulling these eggs apart, because I do prefer for them to be apart, and it's easy to do when they're probably like 24 hours or less. 24 hours or less old. Looks like we do have one really small egg. Won't know if they're any good until we candle them, and I can show you guys that here, I guess. That'd be kind of a nice fun thing to do. And just come around here, and there are the eggs, guys, looking good. There's mom looking good. We're gonna refresh her water. We're gonna scrub all the egg smell off of there, but everyone is looking great. She's actually looking really good for a mom that just laid. And we're gonna get these eggs in the incubator ASAP, and we'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so when candling these clown pied eggs, you really only need two things actually, a Sharpie and a flashlight, and I just like using my phone. So what I do is I put it right on top of the egg, and you can kind of see all those veins right there. I kind of gently shake it, which kind of helps, and then I can see the embryo. Do you guys see this circle right here? When I give that a little shake, see that circle moving and the black dot on the inside? That's the embryo. So then what I do is I place my thumb on where I think that black dot is. Just kind of helps me out. I grab my Sharpie, and then I just make a mark on that black dot. And it doesn't need to be super dark in the room that you're doing it in, but it's nice to do it dark-ish. There's my dog whining because he wants to get into the rat room. You don't want the eggs touching the side of the container. That won't be good for them. And you don't really want them touching each other either. So again, place it on top, give it a shake. And I want to show you guys something interesting. See how weak these veins are on this side? If we move along, do you see how the veins just disappear? That's the bottom of the egg. Here's kind of where that whole yolk sac and whole sort of embryo starts. And the actual embryo itself is that jiggly bit right there. Place my thumb on top of it. Get the Sharpie. Nice little mark right there. And back in the egg box we go. A little tiny runt egg. I love it. Alright. We're just going to keep doing this for all of them. Pretty simple. Nice strong veins on there. We know it's the right way up. I'm going to just kind of see where I'm seeing some wiggling. I'm actually kind of seeing some right here. Some of them are not like the most... Oh, there it is. Some of them are not the most easiest to see, but this one, you can definitely see that one. You just have to make the best inference and guess, and sometimes that's really easily done, I should say, if you can't tell where the embryo is, because what you can do is you can see where the veins are. So like, you know, like, okay, I don't see an embryo, but here's, you know, where the veins start. Okay, let's just say that the embryo is up here, and actually that's true. You can see that the embryo is right there. So just kind of doing it in the middle or the top of where those veins are can work as well. And then again, that's just going to help you prevent any sort of embryonic death due to something totally and completely preventative, which is just making sure that the eggs are the right way. Not really something that has to be done perfectly, but if the egg is upside down, it may not make it. You guys see that nice jiggle right there? Embryo's right there, black dot. Mark it. This also helps where if you decide to candle later on in the incubation, if you need to refresh the water like I do every 30 days, then you just know that you're not putting them in the wrong way. Oh, see, this one was actually quite on its side. This is where it's all starting. So it's a really good idea that I checked. Actually, maybe this one just has weak veins. It does. Ah, that sucks. So this one actually just has weak veins. You can kind of see that they start here, and they start again here. And then the embryo is actually right here. So, a little bit unfortunate. Hopefully this one makes it. They can continue to develop a bit outside the mother. So hopefully that's what happens here. And this egg was actually touching the side when I just put them in here for a second, and you can see right here how it caused all this condensation. It's not what you want, because when that happens, if there's any condensation inside of the egg box, or if they cause condensation, all that is going on top of the eggs. It's causing them to get wet. It's causing them to possibly produce mold or mildew. It could possibly cause them to drown. So very important that that doesn't happen. But here they are already. I'm just going to write up their tag, which is going to let me know how many days it is until, well, how many days 60 days is from now. Let's just look that up real fast. So August 29th would be the day that I cut these guys. I like to cut on day 60. Otherwise, if someone pips before then, they come out on their own, then I'll cut that day. So a little bit of a longer video. Just wanted to show you guys the way to find, or at least the way that I use to find the embryo. It's been working well for me. But yeah, we're going to get these guys in the incubator. I have one more clutch right now that should be happening any day. 2 females that should be laying still, that have ovulated, I should say. And one more that's ovulating right now. So really exciting stuff. A couple more that are still going. The season is lit. I tell you what, the season's awesome. So thank you guys for all your continued support. I'm going to get these bad boys in the incubator now. And if you like what you see, why not give this video a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and on the description below there's a link to my Facebook, which is the best way to get a hold of me, and then also to my website, which should be getting some nice hurricane stuff added to it here within the next couple days, because I do have some hurricanes available right now. So if you want to see my availability list, go ahead and check that out as well. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.